What's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a brand new episode of the Gore High School Dynasty, utilizing that Oklahoma high school football mod within NCAA 14. We are getting through the rest of our non-4A sectional action here today, and our final non-4A sectional game has us going on the road to take on Lincoln Christian. Now, this game does have some significance because our former offensive coordinator, Brian Vincent, well, he ended up taking that offensive coordinator job at Lincoln Christian, so it means a little bit more to us. And like in that drum ride game, it should be a pretty evenly matched battle. Lincoln Christian is a C+ overall team. We are a C- overall team, but the Oklahoma high school experts, they are going to be rocking with us here today. So really do love to see that. I am definitely all about that. Should be an intriguing episode to see if we can finish our non-4A sectional play and see if we can go 3-1 here. Would be a strong start for your Gore Pirates. Should be a fun game either way. Can't wait to go ahead and jump onto the field for this one in our road matchup against the Bulldogs. So, hope you guys are excited for today's episode. I certainly am. And if you have that same kind of energy, I need you to do a couple of things for me. Smack that like button, and then also hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive right into the action. I'll see you guys out on the field. Let's go. So let's go ahead and get things underway as we will kick things off here in Lincoln Christian High School. The Lincoln Christian team is going to start with the kickoff, but Williams, he got some speed to burn. He's looking to go all the way. Smith, the last line. Oh, he finally brings down Quintavious Williams, but a 90-yard kick return to start this game out. Not how we wanted to do things at all, but yet here we are, 3rd and 16, looking to keep him out of the end zone, but we can't do that either. Trajan Kawanahara is going to find the end zone for Lincoln Christian, and right in the blink of an eye, we are going to be down 7-0 right away. You hate to see it. So we will have a studio update as well as number 3 Clinton. Get everything that they can handle from the Millers of Yukon High. Yukon is actually going to be up 14-7 as Clinton is looking to remain undefeated. So that's a game that we'll definitely watch out for going forward. But now our first possession of the day. Already down 7-0. We're going to hand it off to Vita St. Louis. And Vita St. Louis is going to go down the sideline. He'll pick up a gain of 17. Clearly, this Lincoln Christian squad is ready to play. So we got to bring it offensively as well, as we'll hand it off to Vita St. Louis. Vita St. Louis will pick up a gain of 9 on the play. So it's going to be a 2nd and short. Looks like we're going to really ride Vita St. Louis. But I want to have some balance offensively. I want to be able to pass the ball as well. And Jody Gentry, him getting open on those out routes, they never seem to fail us now, do they? So, already in Lincoln Christian territory ourselves. We're doing pretty well. Let's see if we can get a big play downfield, as I wanted to go back to Jody Gentry there. But a misfire is going to cause an incompletion. And now it's 2nd and 10. Gimitar is going to look out over to the left-hand side, looking for Jake Durant. But that misfire was a lot more egregious. Now a spot that I don't really want to be in. 3rd and 10. We're going to try to throw for the first down. But Jody Gentry doesn't get enough depth. We do not get enough depth, so it's going to be short of the first down marker. But you already know what time it is, though. You already know we're actually going to go for it. Here we go. 4th and 1. Gimitar moves Fierenbacher out. Don't like the screen, so Gimitar's just going to run for it. And he will slide down for the first down. And so the drive will continue. Very next play, Gimitar drops back to pass. Got plenty of time in the pocket. Dumps it off to Jackson Durant, who does get hit right away. But keeps us at least on schedule. 2nd and 4. But we'll see if we can get him with the halfback screen, as they are all over us on the halfback screen. Vita St. Louis gets taken down right away. And CJ Long, well, he wasn't the first one there. He is the one that ultimately cleans it up. So after a disaster of a screenplay, it's going to be 3rd and 11. We're going to deploy ourselves in the 5-wide set. G-Matar drops back, looks over the middle, finds Daniel, and Daniel cannot get the first down. We were really darn close, though, but we're going to go for it here yet again, where we have 1 4th down conversion on our sleeves. But let's see if we can power it over to the right-hand side, getting it out to Vita St. Louis, who was able to drag himself across the first down marker. So, drive still continuing, but we have another 3rd down on our hands. 3rd downs have not been very kind to us. Trying to pick up a 3rd and 15. Looking over the right-hand side, and Beef Wellington makes the catch. A gain of 13 there. And listen, you know, we got 2 4th down conversions. Surely, we can find one more. Going to Mason Smith, the fullback, and we got it. Mason Smith picks up the 1st down yet again. And the drive still continues. A long drive for the Gore Pirates. But will it end in a touchdown? It's becoming a little bit more clear that it's going to be tough to get consistent yardage today, it feels like. As it looks like Vita St. Louis is down on the ground. He is hurt. Hopefully his injury is not too serious. But in the meantime, Carl Durant comes into the game. He will have him actually try to throw to him. And we did have Carl Durant open, but it does get batted away. So we will, of course, have to settle for a field goal. After all of what we did, we have to settle for just a field goal. But we got some studio updates, and man, it is some shockers. Hara High is going to pull the upset off against Mustang, 27-24. And just like that, the number 2 team in the state of Oklahoma, they go down. And Carl Albert, the number 1 team in the state right now, they're in some trouble too. They're in a shootout with Varnacris. Varnacris hasn't won a single game yet. So, lots happening around the country. But that takes us to the end of the first quarter, though. We're down by 4. So, let's go ahead and jump into this second quarter of action, as Lincoln Christian will go ahead and take over. We'll see what Lincoln Christian has in store as they'll try to set up the screen, but Taylor Strickland could not throw an accurate ball, so it's going to be incomplete. They will try to throw it again, this time a halfback screen of sorts, and this one will have some more success. Sam Steffens is able to get upfield a little bit more, able to pick up a gain of 5. So a 3rd and short coming up for Lincoln Christian as the Bulldogs look to convert. 3rd and 5, Strickland dropping back, looks over the right-hand side, got an open Gordon, and just in time, he could not get there in the nick of time. Touchdown, Bulldogs, and Laren Gordon was going to be wide but naked open. Just in time, got sucked in on the inside receiver, and so nobody was there to cover the speedy receiver on the outside. So down by 11 here in this second quarter. We got to come out and get some points. G-Matar is going to drop back the pass here, and he's looking for somebody to get open over the middle of the field. Trying to get it out to Jackson Durant, but that will fall harmlessly to the ground. Is now 2nd and 10 coming up. G-Matar drops back, looking over to right-hand side and tried to dump it off to Carl Durant, but that is also going to be incomplete as well. So not the drive that we necessarily wanted. 2 incompletions in a row. We're going to look to try to avoid a 3rd. G-Matar drops back, looks over the right-hand side. He's got Jake Durant all by himself, and Jackson Durant will pick up 17. You love to see that kind of throw. Maybe will help set up this play-action game as well, as G-Matar trying to drop back but cannot escape the pressure. CJ Long Jr. has been living in our backfield all half. He already has 3 sacks in just the first half of action alone. It's been a problem. So, 3rd and 19. It's clear that Lincoln Christian wants to be aggressive towards our quarterback, so we tried to screen it. But on 3rd and 19, you can only do just so much. And Carl Durant cannot get those requisite yards, so have to punt the football away. And now we need to rely on our defense yet again. Lincoln Christian with the ball with 3:30 left to go here in this first half of action. Strickland is going to drop back, looks over the middle, and is going to complete it out to Larian Gordon for nearly the first down. His second catch since the 64-yard scamper on the previous drive. We'll see if they go back to Larian Gordon. He might be a little bit of a hot hand, and sure enough, they do. Larian Gordon makes the catch yet again. Might be a difficult conversation. Might have to double him at all times. He's been shredding our secondary here in this first half. It's been that kind of day for the Gore defense, mainly our secondary guys. Second and short coming off after a nice run by the tailback Steffens. They go right back to him, and he gets an open hole up the gut for a gain of 14. Sam Steffens doubling his rushing totals on the night. And we'll see if they go back to Sam Steffens yet again. No, it's going to be a pass from Strickland, who looks over the middle and finds Trajan Kanagahara for another first down. He's been there to make the key plays. And now we're getting to that 2-minute warning here. Strickland looking to finish the drive strong, as we'll have Dalton Barrett carry Devin Whitfield out of bounds. So that's only a gain of 8, but since he got out of bounds, it stops the clock at 1:31. And surely Lincoln Christian, they want another touchdown up on that scoreboard, as the Bulldogs will end up calling their first timeout. Coming out of the timeout, though, they only pick up a few yards. So now just with one timeout remaining, looking over to the left-hand side, and Easton Lynn cannot bring it in. He had a surefire interception, and boy, did we really need that. Now we just got to hope our defense can hold. 3rd and 7. Holski is going to help lock up this wide receiver screen. So that means that Lincoln Christian will have to settle for a short field goal attempt. Should be easily makeable, just 25 yards out. And sure enough, that field goal attempt is going to be good with some relative ease. Lincoln Christian, while they don't get the touchdown, they still get to extend their lead. So we're down by 14, and it looks like we will not have Vita St. Louis for the rest of the game. He is going to be out with a concussion. So now Carl Durant will have to step in and be that feature back for us for the rest of the night. And Carl Durant seemed like he is ready for the challenge, as we'll fake the handoff to Carl Durant after the big gain, as Jimitar drops back, throws a dot to Casey Shiverly, and Casey Shiverly will pick up 15 for the first down. We want to get some yards, and we want to score quickly. Going into the no huddle. It's another play action. Jimitar looks over the middle of the field and finds Jody Gentry for a gain of 7, where we will utilize our second timeout. 3rd down coming up for the Pirates, as this is a key 3rd down for sure. Jimitar is going to scramble to the right, looking for somebody to get open downfield. Just throws it up for Jody Gentry, but can't even properly get it to him. So a 4th down yet again. A 4th down that we will try again. 4th and 4, trying to set up the halfback screen. Over to the left-hand side, Carl Durant can't get away from the defensive lineman. And so we will have to turn this football over on downs. And just not the first half that we have been looking for at all. So, down 17-3, just trying to get back without our tail completely in between our legs. But of course, Strickland's going to hit a big throw down the sideline to Kanagahara, and they'll set up a short field goal attempt yet again. Like, we have one job, defense. One job. Literally don't let them get behind you. And you know what they did? They literally let it get behind them. They get a big play because of it. And now, instead of just going to this halftime locker room, they get another field goal. And of course, because it's just how this game has been going so far in this first half, Lincoln Christian hits the field goal. So instead of being down 17-3, we're down 20-3. We are certainly, and I mean certainly, playing our worst game of the season so far. So we'll try to bounce back here in the second half. One saving grace is that we do get the ball to start this second half. So we'll start out by running the ball with Carl Durant. And Carl Durant does get brought down the backfield, but there is a penalty. And the penalty is going to be called on Lincoln Christian. Will Williams is the guilty party. So that means we'll have an automatic new set of downs. Let's see if we can build some momentum off of that as we'll throw over to that right-hand side to Casey Shiverly. Casey Shiverly will pick up the first down there for us, but a 3rd and long coming up a couple plays later. We have been down horrendous on 3rd down. We try to pull a fast one by calling a halfback draw, but Carl Durant gets lit up like a Christmas tree by Kentavious Williams, who had that big kick return to start this game, by the way. So it was a promising drive, but it does not go anywhere. Ultimately, had to punt the football away. And now, Lincoln Christian, we do back them deep into their own territory, but we will not be getting a safety. That, I think it's safe to say, will not be happening. So now we'll have to play some just good fundamental defense. Seems like our defense was getting tired towards the end of the first half. So not really what I wanted coming out of the locker room, but it is what it is. Hopefully we can get them off the field in this 3rd and 2, and they are actually going to run it. Sam Steffens, though, gets dropped by Quidar Johnston. We really needed that. So they'll punt the ball away, and it was not a very good punt by Lincoln Christian. So we'll take over across midfield, trying to work ourselves back into the game. Oh, baby, we need this drive in the worst way just to get back into it. We got a little bit of a deficit that we got to overcome for sure. Let's see if we can get Matt Gimatar's legs involved as we'll pitch it out to Carl Durant, who's got some leverage to the outside. He'll be forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Get them keys out because we got a nice little drive going on now as that run game is starting to find some success. Carl Durant seemed like he is absolutely ready to rise to the occasion. 3rd and 2 coming up. Gimatar in the shotgun, looking to pick up this first down. Lincoln sends the blitz. We get it out to the tight end, Jake Durant. First down for the Gore Pirates, and we'll keep it moving. Now firmly entrenched in the red zone. We're going to finish strong in the red zone, but Carl Durant gets blown up by guess who? CJ Long Jr. He's lived in our backfield, man. Hasn't been as quiet, as loud as he was in the first half, but man, he has absolutely been killing us right now. It's just making our lives very difficult at the moment. So let's see what we could do on this 3rd and 6 then. This is not an ideal 3rd down. Things getting tight down the goal line. We will go with the 5-wide set as Gimatar drops back the pass, looks over to Casey Shiverly, and oh, he can't stay in bounds. Big decision for the Pirates. And listen, you got to risk it for the biscuit. It's for 1 yard. Can we pick up the 1 yard? 4th and 1. We're going to hand it off, but Carl Durant gets blown up in the backfield. He loses a couple of yards, actually. And Lincoln Christian is going to take right back over. Absolutely disgusting, the missed opportunities that we've had in this ball game. It should, bare minimum, we should be down by just a field goal right now. It hurts. It absolutely hurts at the moment, man. I'll tell you what. But that being said, we need our defense to focus right back up. And we did get him to a 3rd down. Big play, it feels like. Gotta force a 3 and out here. Strickland drops back. He's got some time. Looks over the middle. Finds Steffens. And Steffen makes a cut to pick up those critical yards needed. They will get out of the shadow of their own goal line. So So this will likely be the last play of the third quarter. And of course, Sam Steffens guts us out for another first down. As that will take us to the end of the third quarter. We've had our moments. We really did have our moments, but we have just not finished drives. We have not made the critical plays here today. We're down by a lot. At least in the terms of high school football. 17 is a lot for a high school team, especially in the fourth quarter. But hang on now. We might have a little bit of life. Chase Henry is going to recover the fumble. And all of a sudden, the Gore sideline has some life. That looks like the Zaire Joseph that got that ball loose. And now we gotta convert. We gotta make something shake. Can our offense capitalize? Looking over to right hand side, and it's gonna be incomplete. So a third and long coming up here yet again. Your Gore Pirates have struggled immensely on those 3rd and 10s. Dimitar is going to drop back the pass. Looks over to the right-hand side. He's got a man. And Jake Durant down the sideline. He's forced out of bounds. But Jackson Durant will move the sticks for the Gore Pirates. And looking for some extra points. A couple plays later, though, we do have 3rd and goal as we'll try to get Carl Durant out into open space. Got to make a play, but does not have leverage to the outside. And it's a big decision here. Do we settle for the field goal? Make this a clean 2-possession game? Or do we go for it? And we're going with the latter. Gotta risk it for the biscuit. Gotta show faith in the guys here on 4th and goal. Dimitar drops back and trying to get it out to Jackson Durant on the edge. It's gonna be deflected away. So once again, a failed 4th down conversion in the red zone. I feel like I am a broken record at this point here, you guys. So hopefully our defense can continue to play well, but that was the golden ticket. You have to convert those, man. If I was the defense, I would be feeling a little dejected as well. But shout out to our defense. They are continuing to make some big plays as Chase Henry is able to get into the backfield, forcing a 3rd and long. We gotta get to this quarterback. He's had too much time to throw. Strickland looks over the middle, but his receiver drops it. So we will at least get a stop on defense. But we're really starting to run out of time. Looks like we might have to go no huddle the rest of the way. 3 possessions, and we only have a few minutes left to play in this ball game. Great catch though by Jody Gentry, but we've been doing fine moving the ball in between the 20s. We gotta do something once we get into that red zone though, as Dimitar, he's just gonna scramble, makes the guy miss, and he will get out of bounds. But that clock is still running as we're not inside 2 minutes at the moment. So Dimitar will throw over to Jackson Durant on the slant pattern. Jackson Durant has been a nice receiver today. 4 catches, 58 yards on the day. We, of course, are going to go no huddle. Might be able to open something up here for Carl Durant, who drops it. Oh, if Carl Durant brought that in, that's a walk-in touchdown. Instead, we got 2nd and goal with 3:05 left to play. This one will not be dropped, though, as Jackson Durant had to show how it was done. And so, we finally get an offensive touchdown. It took nearly the entire game to do it, but we do get a touchdown finally. Hallelujah. McCown is feeling aggressive, though. They are going to go for the 2-point conversion. We'll see if Dimitar can pick this up, as Dimitar wanted to scramble, but he does get dropped in the backfield, and because someone else picked up the fumble, it does automatically mean the end of the play. So now we need some onside kicks. We got to hope for an onside kick to happen. First attempt at the onside kick does not work out in our direction. So Brandon Jennings does recover the onside kick, and so we gotta get some stops. We definitely gotta get some stops right now. 3rd and 7 coming up. I imagine they'll run it. They do with Steffens. and we will stop them. Hey, we do at least get a critical, we get a critical stop, but they're going to go for it. 4th and 9. This would be a golden opportunity to really save some time. Real chance. Strickland drops back, and it's going to be incomplete. It's no good. We have some life all of a sudden. Down by 11. Okay. Now, because we're down by, well, I guess the field goal isn't completely out of play, but we would also need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, right? So, G-Matar's going to scramble. We have a man open downfield. It's Casey Shiverly. Casey Shiverly gets us to about midfield, to the 20-yard line. That's a 42-yard scamper. We got to move quick, though. A couple plays later. 2:08 left to play. G-Matar looks right and finds Jackson Durant. He also has the added bonus of getting out of bounds. 1st and goal coming up for the Gore Pirates as they're looking for 2 touchdowns on 2 drives, and Jackson Durant delivers. Touchdown, Pirates. And look at this. The Gore Pirates are back in the game. This could get spicy here, y'all. And you know what? We're going to try it again. A 2-point conversion. Let's see if we can pick this one up. G-Matar in the shotgun formation, looking to make this just a field goal game. And we got it. Casey Shiverly gets the 2-point conversion. And now it all comes down to a kicker. Can the kicker keep our game alive? This kick we desperately need. And we don't get the bounce. We don't get the bounce that we are looking for. And that fat lady, with us not having any timeouts, that is going to do it. So your Gore Pirates, I mean, it was a desperate comeback in the 4th quarter. But it's not going to be enough. It will not be enough as we will fall to Lincoln Christian in a heartbreaker. 20-17 will be your final score as your Gore Pirates will drop their 2nd game of the season already. A slower start for sure than what we had last year. Now, shout out to our guys for making it as competitive of a game as it was, but let's be honest, this was more of a lopsided game than what the score honestly shows, it seems like. Because Lincoln Christian, well, they were dominating us for the majority of the game. Now, we didn't turn the ball over too much in this one, but, you know, we didn't make those spectacular plays, those key plays, right? G-Matar got sacked 5 times, so we have to do better with protection. When he had time to throw, he was pretty good. 23 for 33, 252, and 2 touchdowns through the air. On the ground, though, we really struggled. It's supposed to be our bread and butter, and it just wasn't that today. We didn't really do anything at all on the ground. Didn't help that Vita St. Louis did leave the game with a concussion. Meanwhile, for the receivers, Jackson Durant was a bright spot for us today. He had 7 catches, 82 yards, and both of the touchdown grabs today. Jody Gentry, Casey Shivery, and Carl Durant, well, they all had 4 catches as well in this ball game. Now, defensively, I thought we weren't too bad today. I thought this was a solid defensive game, not a liquid or a gas. We did actually also win the turnover battle too. Easton Lynn led the team in tackles today. He had 7 tackles, but did drop an interception today. Quadir Johnson continues to impress as he shows why he should have won that starting job, why he proved that to be the case. He had 6 solo tackles in this one. Did not get to the quarterback. We did not get to this quarterback at all today. So that is continuing to be an issue. We don't have the same pass rush as last year, but we did force our very first fumble of the season, though. Zaire Joseph ends up getting a forced fumble with Chase Henry, the sophomore, is going to be able to get that fumble recovery. So defense played okay, but it just wasn't good enough to overcome our offensive deficiencies. And yeah, we're already going to lose our 2nd game of the season, unfortunately. But that will wrap up our non-conference action, and we were okay. 2-2. I was hoping for a little bit better, to be honest with you. I was hoping for at least a 3-1, but we can't worry about what we didn't accomplish in this early season. We can take care of things in this lower 4A sectional by looking towards our next conference opponent. Our conference opens up against Ada, and Ada has to come to our house this year. We'll see if we can get revenge after they blew us out back in year number 1. Looking for that revenge that I'm hoping that we can find. And if you enjoyed this episode, even though it did not end in a Gore Pirates victory, go ahead and do me a pretty big favor. Go ahead and smack that like button, and then also hit that subscribe button as well if you happen to be brand new to the channel. This is John J Gaming on the mic signing off. Hoping you guys are all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.